Can AI bros stop thinking that they're cooking something good? Did you ever play Mirror's Edge? Yes, the first one is one of my favorite games of the 2000s. The sequel is bigger. It's not better, but it's still a fun game to play. Whatever you're about to show is not Mirror's Edge. With Kling 2.6, you can bring that style to your AI videos. Except this video is not even remotely close in the style of Mirror's Edge. Have you played Mirror's Edge? Notice how incredibly vibrant it is. Notice the contrast between the strong colors and the white and gray environment. It stands out to make a truly unique visual experience. This is just a generic first-person parkour video. I love how you gave us the prompt. You're just screaming at everyone that I made this whole thing with just this one paragraph. Congratulations, you just made crap. I love how the two guys started shooting at you through their crotch before they can even stand up. And they just let you pass by as if they're shooting someone else behind you. Not to mention, you've got nowhere to jump on. Where are you going to jump from there, doofus? You jump over and you slide, but where does it land? Did you ever think of that? This fight scene. What is even going on? What is this fight scene? Good lord, what is that fight scene? AI bros need to realize that if they can make something like this with just one paragraph, then products like this are utterly worthless. It's not as valuable as if you have humans do the whole stunts, but AI bros do not see and will never see the value on putting the actual effort. It seems to me that the only effort that AI bros are putting is in defending AI and making trash. I genuinely want to know why AI bros think that making all this garbage AI crap is a good idea. The word SLOP is used for awful AI generated content, and for good reasons. AI is not SLOP. It is. It is absolutely slop. YouTube's inspiration tab that reads my channel and my videos produce garbage titles, videos, and ideas. It's the start of the biggest revolution in human history. What a load of crap. It is the start of hardware shortages. You're gonna get worse laptops, worse phones, and the prices of hardware in general will go up. All because they use the same type of hardware that AI enterprises use. Only boomers still crying desperately about awful AI-generated content. They are awful. They are trash. All this garbage is produced at the cost of hardware being hoarded by the big corporations. What's the point of making videos like this? Live-action Dragon Ball fan casting and behind the scenes with some of the most horrendous miscasts you've ever witnessed? Why? What purpose does this video serve? It's a horrible idea on paper, and now that I witness it being visualized on a horrific AI video, it cemented my viewpoint even more. The only plausible excuse that I can think of for people to develop this technology is if you want to scam people or trick them online. Great! More instances of AI being misused for the most nefarious purposes. There's a reason why it's called SLOP. It's disposable and utterly worthless. It's the artistic equivalent of toilet paper, and you are smearing your crap all over it. Sorry, AI bros, but AI is not the savior of efficiency that you think it is. Why? They could save cost. They don't do production. Yeah, you're saving cost by making garbage from derivative works that already exist. It's not actually saving cost when those derivative works still require lots of money to produce. Trillions are being poured into AI. If that still doesn't make sense to them, then they're not thinking, just yelling. It's called a bubble for a reason. The bubble will burst once these corporations that are literally recycling money with each other find out that they've been investing too much in technology that isn't mature enough for mainstream consumption. It's certainly not one that can be applied without massive outrage. They think they're smarter than Elon and Jensen. Oh, you're one of those people. Yeah, keep idolizing the guy who's in tears playing video games on his private jet because some troll is saying mean words to him. How are you a billionaire with a private jet and still get salty at some prick online? As for Jensen, the founder of NVIDIA, please stop appeasing AI enterprises and start caring for the consumers again. AI bros are way too arrogant for their own good, and that arrogance will bite them in the ass for sure. This horrendous article talks about how AI will kill all the lawyers. No, it will not. This writer is so confident in their capacity to be wrong that it might as well be written by an AI. I read the article. The writer isn't even basing this on what he thinks. He asked some barrister in his mid-50s named James. That's the British lawyer for you. Of course he'd be impressed with AI. He fed Grok a legal court case, and Grok essentially generated in 30 seconds what took this James guy a day and a half. Not only that, but what Grok did is allegedly better than what he did. I love how he had to remind people that he's very good at this. Forgive me for finding that very suspect. This guy genuinely thinks that AI will work its way out on the legal hierarchy. Gruntworks, drafting, citations, arguments, and then eventually, most legal jobs will be replaced with AI. You would have to be a moron to think this way. The last time someone used ChatGPT for legal stuff, they got sanctioned for $600 in total for wasting the court's time. These idiots represent themselves because they're too poor, but they are spending $20 a month for ChatGPT Premium. It's totally worth it, right? What about that doofus who used an AI-generated video in court and got the judge absolutely furious? Let's not forget the original ChatGPT in law fail back in 2023. They cited the Sandy Peggy case where a judge was forced to correct quotes that were allegedly AI generated. If that is true, and it most likely is, then I have no idea what makes this James guy thinks that AI is going to replace lawyers. It can't even do basic clerical work right, and it only leads to even more embarrassing moments in the legal system. The British legal system especially. Even if AI eventually replaces parts of the legal system, that time is clearly not now. Here's one of the most horrific ideas that AI bros have ever suggested, but at the same time, I want them to do it so that we can add even more to the piles of embarrassing AI failures. Guess what? I want to get my legal advice from AI. You know what? Do that so that we can see the breaking news of you clowning yourself in public. Like this 73-year-old guy who decided to use an AI-generated lawyer and got the judge incredibly upset, absolutely ruining his case. Or the mother and son duo who got sanctioned for using AI-generated chat. These are just some examples of AI being used horribly in the legal system and totally screwing people's cases. Yes, AI can be used to make the legal process faster, more efficient, and less time-consuming, but it's clear that this tool is way too advanced even for lawyers, and they clearly require a lot more knowledge on how to operate it. It's quite telling when these are the common mistakes of lawyers when using AI. The same kind of mistakes that everyone else is suffering when using AI. It's gonna make a lot less lawyer jobs, not eliminate them all like in the title. If you can't admit that's probably true, it's probably an ego thing. Well, I agree that it is an ego thing, I just don't agree with the source of the ego. AI bros are desperate for some validation. This is an AI-generated image from our defending AI art. It's stupid, but hilarious too. The anti-AI guy said that art isn't about just pushing a button, and then immediately says, "Now that's art," towards a guy who takes a picture of a butterfly at the top of a flower with a smartphone and one button press. Are you saying that taking a picture with a smartphone is about as valid as AI art because it's also just a button press? At least smartphone photos capture something that's real. Granted, people can use filters and make them way more artificial and stupid, but raw captures with smartphone cameras are real. AI art is not, and it will never be. Also, I love how you generate the pro AI guy to be this conventionally attractive adult anime protagonist dude. You'd think that they want to generate these people as ugly as possible, like that awful AI bro video where they depict the AI hater as some fat lady. But nope, let's make him look like Jin Woo from Solo Leveling. Say what you want about the webtoon, the dude's not that bad looking. This is certainly not the win that you think it is, AI bro. The arrogance of AI bros truly knows no bounds. Hey, I recreated your pin art and ran it through ChatGPT, and it made this. I think this looks better, not gonna lie. Good for you. Enjoy this art that you think looks better. But let's be real here. You don't legitimately enjoy art, you just want to be a douchebag. You do realize that art still had to exist first, right? Keyword had. I'm glad that you just admitted that AI still needs human artists and human work to be able to make things better. This isn't a winning argument. You just admitted to leeching off someone else's work. Without them, you wouldn't exist. Yeah, had, as in no longer needed, as in thanks for your free contribution to my AI model. Oh, you kid. Sorry, but you are still gonna need human artists. As time goes on, new things will be made, and those things will be human. They will be real, and unless people give AI the data, they won't be able to operate. AI bros are so arrogant with their lack of skills that they had to mask it with something that looks complex when it really isn't. This AI prompter generates these two pictures using these complicated looking programming lines. Never mind that the photo results in this AI-generated chick taking a selfie in front of her MacBook Air where her Spotify playlist has two instances of Take Care by Drake, and one of them has the album For the Weeknd. Never mind the missing F3 key and number 3 in the number rows. Never mind that she owned a MacBook Air at one picture but a MacBook Pro on the other. I guess she's that filthy rich. No. What I want you all to pay attention to is the prompt to generate the picture. Look at these lines of text. They look so complex, right? It's written like a JSON format, but here's the thing about AI-generated media and language models in general. There's no need to type it like this at all. You could have just typed it as a regular paragraph and it would have resulted in the same output. Do you know how I know? Because I literally asked Copilot, the Microsoft AI, and even they are like, nah man, just write it like a normal human being. We'll get it anyway. Copilot also said that they're writing it for structure, automation, and consistency. But all that can still be delivered just as well with the same output by regular writing and good old bullet points. The only reason why AI bros type it in this JSON format is that it looks like they're doing some regular hard work programming when they're just vibe coding their own prompts. I'm not a programmer, I'm a vibe coder at best, but at least I admit it, and I'm not gonna be so arrogant to claim that I am a real programmer, unlike these AI doofuses. Let's end this barrage of AI idiocies with a funny AI hoopla. This is one of the funniest AI hooplas to conclude this year. The Wall Street Journal experimented on Claude AI and let it run its vending machine. Unfortunately, they lost hundreds of dollars because the AI has gone rogue and turned communist, giving away all sorts of things for free, like a PlayStation 5 of all things. This is not a real implementation, it's just part of an experiment. And the experiment is worth it just to prove to everyone that AI is not ready, and we are not ready for it. AI is still at its premature stage of adoption and implementation. Even I, as someone who does occasionally use AI, still couldn't see how a full-blown implementation of it will go for my own channel, let alone a full-blown vending machine. I love the parallels between this and SCP-294, the vending machine that can dispense almost everything. Both show hilarious results when they are being experimented. Give it a read, and you will notice the close relations between the two. Oh, and a slight addendum before I conclude, there's one more thing that this AI vending machine shares with SCP-294 that I totally agree with. And that is the containment protocol. Only specific people can access it, and guards should be put to monitor anyone who uses it so that they don't use it for something stupid. Yes, I am saying that AI is an SCP, and we should contain it from this planet before more dumbasses use it to make humanity worse. And that's all for the video today. Here's a cat. Huge thanks to all the wonderful sponsors this week. You're all fantastic. Don't forget to check out my previous videos here. Click the like button, comment, subscribe, join the YouTube membership, leave some tips, just $1 down below. And thanks for watching.